Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme tutorial. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, in this video we're going to see how easy it is to put together a multi-page website using the fantastic Divi theme from Elegant Themes. I've got the theme downloaded, so let's get started. I've got a fresh install of WordPress right here, so if we go to the dashboard, we'll go to Appearance and Themes, and I'll install the Divi theme. Like I said, I've got it downloaded from Elegant Themes here. I want to hit the Add New button, and I want to upload a theme. I'm simply going to drag my Divi theme zip file over to here and drop it just beside the Choose File button, and go ahead and install. Once it's installed, I'm going to hit the Activate button. Now it's been activated. You've got a little Divi button down at the bottom here. I want to go to my theme options now. I need to activate my theme. So I'll go to Updates, put in my username and my API key, and save the changes. Great, so we're good to go. Alright, well let's see that what we've got now should change slightly. We've got the default 2020 there. If I refresh, we should now have Divi, which won't look a whole lot different. There we go, we've got our little Divi theme right there. So let's get started. First thing I want to do is create a new page. So I'm going to go to New and down to Page. I'm going to call this page Home, and I'm going to use the Divi Builder. I'm going to start building because I know how to. If you want to take the tour, hit the little green button there. And I'm going to use one of their pre-made layouts for expediency today. And there are literally hundreds of templates. I'm going to check the business box. We'll find a business site. Let's do a web agency. I'm going to click on that, left click, and it shows you the different pages they've got in this template style. So let's grab a home page. I'm going to say use this layout. And there we are, it's given us this beautiful layout already. Let's just go ahead, and while we're here we may as well get the other pages going. So I'm going to hit the Publish button. I'm going to rinse and repeat. I'm going to say Add New. I'm going to add a title. I'll say About for this one. Again, I'm going to use the Divi Builder. We'll choose a pre-made layout again. Go down to Business, or whichever it is you like the look of. It's this one right here. We'll go to Portfolio. Use this layout. Now I'm going to pause here and I'm going to simply repeat till I've got about 4 or 5 pages. Okay, well I've just loaded another page now. We've got about 6 pages. If we go back to our dashboard here, we'll go down to Pages. You see I've added About, Careers, Contact, Home, Pricing. Privacy policy comes as standard, so does the sample page. We might customize that and use it at a later date. Sample page, we can probably get rid of that one. I just hit the trash button there, and we've got a services page. Great, so now we've got all the pages. Let's brand our site. I've got a little logo. So if we go to Divi, to Theme Options, the General tab at the top, you've got a place to add a logo. If we look at our site right now, we've got no logo up there. This is where the logo is going to be. So I'm going to say Upload, little button on the right hand side here. And I'm simply going to drag my logo in and hit set as logo. We've now got our logo. Now you can scroll down here. They've got all kind of switches and things. We're not going to be using a whole lot of these. One I would like to put in though is my back to the top button. If we scroll down, there's back to the top button. I'm going to turn this on. That means when people scroll down the page, there'll be a little arrow that can direct them back to the top. Okay, once you're happy, you can save the changes. There's a save button at the top and the bottom for convenience. Once we're saved, let's go back to this page and refresh, and we should have a logo up there. And there he is. Not the most exciting logo in the world, but it'll do for this demonstration. Alright, well, we've got our pages, we've got our logo. We need to actually organize a menu, so let's do that next. Let's go to our theme options, or back to the dashboard I should say, and go to appearance and down to menus. And we can create our first menu. We'll give it a name. I'll just call it main. So this is going to be for our top menu. Hit the create menu button. Now here's the pages that we've created. I want home, services, careers, contact, pricing, and about, all of them. So let's add them to the menu. And as you can see, they're here. To move them around, just left click on one and move it where you want it. If you want to make one a sub item on the menu, just drag it to the right slightly and let it go until it sticks. And as you can see, it says sub item there, so that'll be a drop down. But we don't want that. So we've got home or out pricing. I think I'll put contact at the end. And services after about. I'm going to change that about to portfolio because it's actually a portfolio page. So I'm going to hit the little drop down arrow and just write portfolio in there. And save the menu. Great, now we've got it saved, we need to assign it to our top bar up here. Now our top menu bar right here is the primary menu. So if we go back to our dashboard, let's go down to our customizer. You can either open it from appearance customize or also Divi and theme customizer. So I'm going to go ahead and open the theme customizer. Once open, let's go down to menus. Here's our main menu we just created. Where do we want it to go? We want it to go in the primary menu right there. So I'm just going to check that box. There we go. Now we've got home, portfolio, services, pricing, careers, and contact up there. Just what we want. I'd like to have this as a dark background and perhaps the text in white. I probably want to get rid of that search icon right there. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go back again to our root. I'm going to go to header and navigation. Primary menu bar. Alright, size wise it's okay, I might change that in a minute, but the actual background color, I'm going to make it black. There we go. Now I want to make our text color now white, or a light color that stands out, like a light blue would probably work. But I'm going to bring the opacity up so that's full white, not an opaque white. That's better, you can read that pretty easy. Okay. And the active link color, let's make that a light blue. In fact, that blue that's there might even work, so I might leave that. If not, you can change your color by just clicking on it and putting in whatever color you want. You can put hex codes or RGBA codes up there, whatever works for you. Right, so we got that organized. Let's go back. And let's have a look at our header elements and get rid of that search icon. If you want it, great. If you don't, there we go. Going to get rid of that one. Let's now set our home page as the home page. So if we go back again to our root, we'll go down to home page settings. and I want a static page, and I want to choose one of my pages, which funnily enough I'll choose that home page. There we go, and there's that home page now as our home page. Now as you see, when I scroll, that menu is changing color. It's going to white and it's getting a lot smaller, and because our menu items are in white apart from the active one, you can't see them. Now when you scroll and it does that, the white one's called the fixed menu. So let's go back to our menus again. Header and navigation. There's our fixed navigation setting. I'm going to change my menu background color to black like our other one so they're similar. There we go. Now if you don't want it to shrink like that, which I want it really to stay the same, let's set our logo fixed menu height. I'm going to set that to about, let's make sure we're on the right menu, scroll down a little bit. I'm going to set mine to 100. Now, be a little bit too big, let's say 80. Wait, put it where you are, where it looks good. That's fine. But it's actually going to shrink down on scroll when we get to the top because that's slightly smaller. So I want to make them both the same size. Back to the primary menu bar. Menu height, simply put 80 in there. Now when we scroll, it's going to be a continuous size. Great, so we've got our pages, we've got our logo. Now if we look down at the bottom here, this bit I'm actually going to get rid of. This is the widget area, and we'll go somewhere else and do that. This is the bottom bar right here. So if we go back while we're in our customizer, back to the root again, here's the footer, here's the bottom bar, and we can put in our own legending. We say Divi site. Now let's put a copyright symbol, Alt 0169 will give you the copyright symbol. We'll say 2020. And as you can see, it's put it down there. You can add your social media icons if you want to. I'm going to take those away. So we'll go back and we'll go to footer elements, and I'm just going to uncheck those. We can put our own with social icon widgets, just put in whatever you want there. So we're in pretty good shape. The only thing I want to do now is get rid of this widget area. So let's publish our changes. And we'll exit out of the customizer. We want to go to appearance and down to widgets. Now the area we want to get rid of is this sidebar right here, or it's actually the footer area. So you can simply go in and delete these. Of course, you use widgets if you want to use widgets down there. They're fine. You've got all these different widgets you can put in there. But for expediency, I'm going to get rid of those today. Make sure there's none in 2 or 3. No. And that's a sidebar. We're not using a sidebar at the moment. Don't need to save anything on this page. Once you delete things, it'll update for you. Alright, so now let's visit our site. So here we go. Here's our little site. And if we go down to the bottom, those have gone, and we just got our little footer credits there. And let's see, we'll go to the portfolio page. Great, and we'll check those other pages out. It's all very good, but you don't want their details in it. You want your own details in there. So let's go back to the home page here, and we'll show you how to edit. So I'm going to enable the visual builder, which will let us edit the front end in real time. Once the builders are loaded, just go down to wherever you want. Now you see 3 tabs there. You've got a blue one which represents a section, you've got a green one which represents a row, and you've got a dark one which represents a widget or module within a row. Now to edit any of these, just click on the cog for whichever item you want. Start with this, go in there, and as you can see it's popped up with full service, all the stuff that's in here. Just change it, simply go in there and type whatever it is you want. And as you can see, it'll put it in there. Same with any text. As you see, it puts it in. When you're happy, just hit the check mark. Now you've got images as well. And a lot of these images will be background images of sections. So if you go into a section, perhaps, look at the background. They've got an image and a color in the background there. You can simply change the color and change the image if you want to. I'm going to leave those exactly as they were. Artwork, there's a button. Now that's a good example. So let's go and steal a link to the portfolio page. I'm going to just right click, copy link. I'm using Google Chrome here. Now if we go back to our page for our button right there, let's go into our button and make that link to our portfolio page. Of course you can make it link to wherever you want to. I'm just opening it up. I'm going to go down, say link, put in a button link. I want it to open in the same window because it's the same site, and just save our changes. And simply go down through images, blurbs. You can change colors, backgrounds, anything you want exactly the same way. Just go into the module that you want to edit, put in the text that you want to put in there. All these are straightforward there. Now we've got a contact form here. To edit the contact form, again, just go into the widget or module, and you can select the fields. I'm going to use the fields that they've got there, but of course the most important thing, you can give it a title if you want and write a success message. When the message gets sent through, submit button, change the text here if you want to say something else. Like I said before, the most important bit is what we're doing here is the email, and you want this to go to your email address or wherever it is you want this form to be sent. So me@myemail.com, whatever your email address is. And that's pretty much it. If you want to redirect them after they've submitted it, hit the redirect and you can enable it. You can redirect them to a different page or a different site. Or if you just put a hashtag in, it'll just direct them to the top of this page. So we're good to go with that. Alright, let's save our changes. And I think we've pretty much completed this site. Now you know how to change names and images and everything like that. I hit the little purple button to save names, to get the save button up. Now if ever you have a problem getting to any of these sections, if you look over here, you've got a little widget over here that'll take you to wireframe mode, and it's just another way of navigating around the back end of your site. Sometimes when there's a lot going on the screen, it's a good way to edit. And of course, if you want to see it on a desktop, hit the desktop. If you want to look at it on a tablet, hit the tablet. Cell phone, obviously hit the cell phone. Great, so we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and exit the Visual Builder and let's take a look at our site. I think we're pretty much done. So here's our home page, and we know how to edit all the elements there. Here's our portfolio page, and again we know how to edit all the elements there. Services, again it's just images and text you can edit to your heart's desire. Great. Know how to deal with buttons and everything. There we go. And once you've sort of filled in your information, here's one thing. Now Google's changed the way they do things recently, and a live Google map sometimes, unless you have an API key, won't load. So what we can do with this one, let's enable our visual builder. While that's loading, I'm going to go to Google Maps. Google Maps, put in whatever address you want. Of course I don't have an address. I've got the White House. Let's put in the White House. Scroll in or out to the amount of map you actually want to show there. I guess we'll have that location right in the middle. Once you're happy with the size, we're only going to show so much of it. Hit the share key, embed a map, and copy the HTML code here. I find this the easiest way of doing it. And it says it's copied. Let's go back to our contact page. Now let's go in, and we'll actually get rid of this widget because this is a maps widget. To get rid of one, just hit the trash icon. Now let's add our own new one. I'm just going to either use a text or a code. You can use either. Let's put the code one in and just paste that map code in there. There we go, and that's not wide enough. I want it a little bit wider. So if we look at our code here where it says width equals 600, I'm just going to change that to 100%. 100%, making sure not to cut off any of the inverted commas there. Now we've got that live map and that's working fine. Just need to click your control to make it move. I find that's the easiest way of adding a Google map nowadays. Save that. Little purple button to save our changes. Once saved, let's exit the visual builder. Let's go back to our home page. I just want to check that our work button that we edited actually takes us to our portfolio there, and it should do. There we go. Great. So we're done. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. We just created a 6-page website in about 30 minutes or so. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. If you have, please ring the bell, give it a thumbs up, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.